There's this invisible force that's so powerful, it literally holds our entire world together. And yet, we barely even notice it. That force is trust. And in this explainer, we're going to break down its two fundamental forms, based on the brilliant ideas in Zheng Yefu's On Trust.
So, let's just start with a really simple question. Who do you trust more? Just take a second to think about all the people and all the things you place your faith in every single day. The answer might seem simple at first, but it's actually way more complex than you'd think.
Okay, think about it like this. You trust your best friend to keep a secret, right? But you also trust your bank's ATM to spit out the correct amount of cash. Now, here's what's so fascinating. You probably trust both of them, almost without a second thought. But the reasons you trust them are completely fundamentally different. And that difference, well, it reveals a huge secret about how our modern world actually works. At the end of the day, the biggest challenge of modern society is this simple fact. We live in a world of strangers. From the barista who makes your coffee to the pilot flying your plane, you don't actually know them. And yet, for society to function, we all have to cooperate. So how on earth is that even possible? Well, the answer starts with the first and oldest type of trust. This first type is what we call personal trust. And you can think of this as the original software for human cooperation. It's the most ancient, most intuitive form of trust that we have. So what is it? It's trust based on knowing someone's character, on having a real, direct relationship with them. You trust your friend because you have a history together. You know them as a person. It's basically the glue that holds any small, familiar group together. This kind of trust works perfectly in a family, or a small village, or a really close-knit team. But you gotta ask yourself, how do you build a city of millions of people on this? How do you build a global economy? The answer is, you can't. It just doesn't scale. And so, to solve that problem of living with strangers, humanity came up with a second and absolutely revolutionary kind of trust. This is the big upgrade. And that upgrade is system trust. This is trust that's designed for a world of strangers. See, you don't trust the ATM because you're friends with the engineer who built it. You trust it because you have faith in the banking system, in the regulations, in the technology behind it. In other words, you trust the process, not the person. And this is so crucial because almost every single interaction you have with a stranger, from buying that coffee to getting medical advice, is powered by system trust. You trust the doctor's degree on the wall, the pilot's license, the legal system that backs up your online purchase. Our modern life is built almost entirely on this incredible upgrade. Okay, so we've got these two powerful forces running our world in parallel. Let's just put them side by side for a second to really see the difference. This table just nails it, doesn't it? It shows the fundamental shift. We moved from a world that ran on trusting who you know, your personal connections, to a world that runs on trusting what you know, about the system, its rules, and its credentials. And hey, to make this whole idea really stick, here's a super simple way to remember it. Just think PS trust. P for personal, S for system. These two are the essential postscript on basically every human interaction that makes our world go round. Now, this isn't just some neat little academic idea. Why does understanding PS trust actually matter in our everyday lives? Well, because as the sociologist George Simmel pointed out more than 100 years ago, trust isn't just a nice feeling to have. It is the absolute bedrock of society. Without it, the whole thing just falls apart. It's not optional. It's essential infrastructure. A really great way to think about this is to see trust as society's invisible operating system. It's the code that's always running in the background, the code that allows all our other social programs like the economy or the legal system or education to even function at all. And if we follow that metaphor, personal trust was our original operating system. Simple, super reliable, perfect for running small, local networks like a village. But system trust? That's the powerful, scalable upgrade that lets us run the incredibly complex, globalized world we all live in today. So ultimately, one of the main jobs of trust is to make our overwhelmingly complex world simpler. System trust does that by giving us reliable shortcuts. You don't have to investigate the pilot, you just trust the pilot's license. This is what lets millions of strangers cooperate on a massive scale without being totally paralyzed by uncertainty. Okay, let's bring this all home. What's the big final takeaway from this whole framework? It's that the PS trust framework is the key. It's the reason we can function so well in a world that's filled with people we don't know. We lean on personal trust for our close, intimate relationships, and we lean on system trust for pretty much everything else. It's the constant dynamic dance between these two forces that holds our modern world together. And that leaves us with one final and really crucial question. Our entire modern world, everything we rely on, is built on this powerful, invisible code of system trust. So, what happens when that code begins to break? What happens when our trust in the system itself starts to erode? That's something we're thinking about